Aries, hello and welcome to your 5 card tarot card overall general reading for the February 1st through the 15th of 2021. Sorry, I was lighting sage to clean the airspace here and cleaning the energy. My candle went out. So this is sage. We're just cleaning our energy before reading the cards. Good. So again, Aries, welcome. This is a general reading for the larger collective of Aries, and it's intended for informational purposes. The information may not resonate with everyone, and understand that's perfectly okay. Take what fits and let the rest go. If you want a better or more in-depth description of the 5-card tarot card reading, please read the description below. It will give you more information about the 5 cards and the meanings and the purpose of the 5-card reading. So just check below if you will. Also, real quick, to help the YouTube algorithms and promote this channel, I would definitely appreciate it if you would do a few things that won't cause you lots of issues, but they would definitely help me and the algorithms to help YouTube promote my channel to a wider audience. And that is one, click subscribe to the channel, click like the video, click the notification buttons, and of course, if any part of the reading resonates with you, please leave a comment because I would love to hear it below. So if you've already done those things, thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. So we'll get started here. To save time, I already shuffled the cards and requested the universe's guides, and the cards that were selected were ejected on their own during the shuffle. The 5 cards are listed here, and the first card here represents overall energy for your past influences, usually within the 30, 60, sometimes up to 6 months. It's the overall energy for the collective sign of Aries. The second card here represents your current energy for the collective. The third card here represents your future energies, things that are on the cusp for the collective. The fourth card here represents your challenges. These are not necessarily bad things. They're usually are presented as things that are as choices, and you can make your own decision. And the fifth card here is based on the outcome energies for this time period. So let's get started here. We have the 3 of Cups. Okay, angel and spirit guides, please help us understand for our Aries why the 3 of Cups is in their past influences. Well, the overall energy I'm picking up here for Aries is that in the past 30, 60, it could be even up to the last 6 months, you know, the 3 of Cups here is represented in the past influences because it tends to celebrate friendships, a sisterhood or a brotherhood, or creative collaborations. I'm picking up that for many Aries during this time in past influences, either your friends or your family were present or around and wanted to support you and try and encourage you and lift you higher to levels of success, and you were wanting to celebrate with them. Even if COVID-19 was in the way, I'm picking up that there was a sense of wanting to celebrate with family and enjoy the camaraderie. You know, this is a card that shows a lot of energy with the importance of connection. And you know, it's about you and those closest to you standing through thick and thin, and wanting to be there for each other and make as they sort of learn through life and go through relationships and careers and different life's journeys. It's about sort of of wanting to be friends and connected forever, and knowing the importance that each person has with each other. I'm also picking up here that because the 3 of cards is coming up as the overall energy for the past influences, I'm picking up that there were many Aries, were encouraged and were wanting to gather with your closest friends and having a good time, and wanting to sort of be able to talk and to laugh and to share and create. It was about wanting to share and give and receive of love and support and compassion with each other, and it was in caused a lot of inspiration. Even if you weren't able to get together, based on COVID, but you hopefully were able to find. It was encouraging you to find ways to connect, even through modern technology and through distances. It was an opportunity to experience sort of a positive energy high, and be able to connect with people that were important to you. The Three of Cups, basically indicates really that you were in a sociable period, and it was about celebrating birthdays or weddings or holidays or vacations, or even if it was internet sort of vacations and experiences. If you weren't able to get together, it was an opportunity to sort of be creative and find a way to let your hair down and ideally forget about your day-to-day sort of commitments and obligations for a little bit. It was ideally to find a creative way to spend quality time with friends and family, even if you weren't able to get together in person. The energy of this card was inviting Aries to involving yourself in some sort of creative project and inspire others that were closest to you. I think in some cases, some Aries, were able to work collectively with other people to create a common goal, and you were banding together, and even whether this is a work relationship or friendships or something, it was sort of an energy about sharing positive energy and a passion within a community. The Three of Cups is again a very creative card, and the energy that comes about this in your past influences. Aries was basically to pursue a creative outlet, sometimes within a group environment if you can, whether it was an art class or even a dance class, or even an online class. It was a great way sort of connect with others and to be able to access your creative abilities. In our present energy, we have the Ace of Wands. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand for our collective Aries the overall energy and why the Ace of Wands is in their present energy during this time frame, please. Well, right now, the energy that I'm picking up here is that with the Ace, basically is about new beginnings, and with the Wands, an Ace of Wands, it's about identifying that you, for many Aries, you're in your pure potential. This could be whether it's a spiritual potential, an energetic realm, ideas that are flowing through you, motivation, inspiration, creativity. It's something that's this energy that is just sort of flowing around and through you, Aries. You're also, I'm picking up, are open to receiving new opportunities, and particularly that will align yourself with your higher self. It's presenting a lot of possibilities that are available to you, Aries. The Ace of Wands here also is encouraging, Aries, to follow your heart and live your passion. Keep in mind that right now, if you're feeling a strong pull towards a new project or path, and perhaps you're questioning whether it will work, this card here is intended to give you a gentle nudge to pursue that passion. Even if you have to start out small, treating something like a project or an idea as an experiment or a trial. The idea behind this is that if it feels good, then keep doing it, and if it doesn't, make adjustments and try again. This is about allowing your energy and showing a little dedication and motivation to be your guides. I'm also, again, for Aries, the energy I'm picking up here is that if you've been looking for a sign about sort of whether something that you want to involve yourself in is the right project, then the Ace of Wands is a clear yes. This is a sprouting, a wand, and it's a fertile landscape in the background, and it's giving all the positive indications that whatever idea or project that you're wanting to work on has the potential to turn in something fulfilling and energizing. I'm picking up that you have a creative energy and a passion to take the first steps, and this is the message that the universe is encouraging you to participate in. So even if you prefer Aries to plan out everything before you begin a particular path, the Ace of Wands here wants you to listen to your instincts, and it's important to follow your gut, and that is the message here. It's the idea is that if it seems like a good idea, then it probably is. So the universe here, Aries, is encouraging you to start out with a few fundamentals to get things rolling, and use common sense, of course, and then let it grow and develop your ideas through either more complex activities later on. You don't have to have all the tools right this minute. You just need to start it, and that's the key. The important thing is that you act now than spending more time planning or researching. That's the key here. So I'm also picking up here, Aries, that keep in mind that the aces also represents the potential but doesn't guarantee results, and that's something that the universe wants to share with you. The Ace of Wands, or any ace for that matter in the tarot cards, it's a seed that has yet to grow into something more substantial or sustainable, but the opportunity is there and it shows great promise. However, in order for this to work, is that you have to do your part, and if you want to maximize it for the long term, your energy and your motivation and your dedication and your focus, and you're wanting it to work, and think of laws of attraction, and feeling positive attracts positive, this will be the spark, and it will take off into something wonderful as long as it's something that you want and that you are enjoying. So the Ace of Wands here, Aries, is appearing here in your present energies because you have the opportunity to grow, and it's a message that's significant to grow, particularly on a personal and spiritual level, whatever spiritual means to you. So in some cases, you might be interested in taking an online class, or perhaps an investing course, or some sort of education that or knowledge that can enhance your creative spirit. It's about just doing some sort of self-improvement course. It's about taking a little bit of time to do something that you want it to fulfill or follow up on, and the universe is encouraging you to trust this experience, because it will open you up to a lot more possibilities, and that's a great start. So lots of new beginnings here in your present energies, Aries. In your future energies here for Aries, we have the Two of Wands. Angels and the Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Two of Wands here is in the Aries future energies during this time frame, please. Well, keep in mind here, you have the Ace of Wands here in your present energy, and this is your future energy. So, when the Two of Wands is close to the Ace of Wands in a reading, it means it's taking its spark of inspiration from the Ace, that new beginning, and it's your future here is about it's wanting to turn it into a clear action plan. So if you have already gone through a discovery phase, and now you're wanting to manifest it, now you just need to figure out how. And you are exploring your options here, and if you're carefully plotting out a path ahead, and it's important to account all your possibilities and potential challenges, then you're going to be open to growth and exploring these new areas right now. And the key here is, so long as you maintain a level of certainty that your efforts will work out in the end. So it's about trusting your intuition, Aries, and it's about trusting your belief in what it is that you're doing, and enjoying the process in which you do it. With the Two of Wands here in your future readings, it can also indicate for some that perhaps you're not ready to make the move. And if that's the case, then the universe is telling you at this point that it's more important for you to establish a clear plan before proceeding. Keep in mind that the Two of Wands is about discovery, and particularly as you step outside your comfort zone, it's encouraging you to explore sort of the new worlds and new experiences that are await for you. You do have to have courage, though, Aries, and this card is going to give you some confidence and self-knowledge. It's going to help you sort of boost it and maybe give you that little nudge. Aries, in your heart of hearts, that if you have that goal and you know what it is, it's going to be fulfilled. I mean, you have to understand that, and you have to trust your intuition and your passion, and let that intuition and passion guide you to confirm whatever your next steps will be, and it will happen. Just let it happen naturally. Keep in mind, Aries, that the Two of Wands here is indicating that you are wanting to consider long-term goals and your aspirations, and that's critical for you right now. And it's opening the doors for you to look at the possibilities so that you can achieve them. So if you've already pat yourself on the back if you've come this far, and now it's encouraging you, and your future energies here is that it's time for the change. It's encouraging you to this time to go along with it and have the courage to participate in it. It is, in some cases, it could contemplate some travel or further education. It could be a significant career search to expand your horizons. It could be basically you just need to change your immediate environment. However, the message here from the universe, Aries, is about, with careful planning and a moderated approach, you are set up for success, and you just have to enjoy the process and go with it and encourage it in success. It's a great card. In your overall energies for your challenges, you have the Five of Swords here. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand what the Five of Swords is. And for our Five of Swords for our challenges. What's the purpose and understanding for the Five of Swords for our Aries and our challenges, please? Well, I'm picking up here that there's a challenge, and usually when the Five of Swords shows up in your reading, it indicates that, Aries, perhaps the energy I'm picking up is some of you may have had some sort of falling out. It could have been a disagreement or a conflict. And what's happening is, if you're feeling sort of a sense of sadness or loss after this disagreement, conflict, or situation, and if you're feeling upset and resentful, it's most likely possible because there were some heated words that you said, and the energy I'm picking up is that now you wish you could take them back. There's this sort of ickiness hanging over some of Aries, as your relations have sort of turned sour with this person that you had this argument or disagreement with. Keep in mind here that even if you won the argument or you came out as a victor, Aries, this feeling that you have right now, this ickiness, is you're sort of questioning, was it worth it? Even if you were right, did this sort of battle cost you your trust, respect, and dignity? And is it isolating you right now? So, as you're sort of, contemplating and sort of recapping, this conflict, because your goal is to ideally want to set it behind you, but you're finding it more difficult, I'm picking up, than you thought, and there's a feeling that others have lost their faith in you, and or perhaps are keeping some distance from you. So what the universe here is encouraging you to do is, Aries, is you need to decide whether your point of view was so important that you were willing to put your relationship in jeopardy, or if you can compromise and see eye to eye. And that's the challenge that you have here. Is it worth sticking your ground? And again, remember, it's important to pick your battles and protect. And this is encouraging you to sort of reassess and ask yourself, was this particular battle, even if you were right, worth the cost? If it is, then stick your course. If it wasn't, then your challenge is presented to you as seek a compromise. Particularly if this relationship is important to you. You know, yeah, it's the energy here that I'm picking up is the advice of the Five of Swords for you, Aries, is to pick your battles. And keep in mind that even if you were tempted to fight every conflict to ensure that you get your way, just to prove you're right, or defend yourself, the problem is choosing your battles wisely is a much better way to approach your life than engaging in constant disagreement. Not only will it lead to more peaceful existence, but your interpersonal relationships are most likely to come out stronger. So, again here, if you are feeling this sort of ickiness and this resentment of this argument because it's not passing, the Five of Swords is indicating that you sometimes might be competing with others on a path to success. And if you're seeing them as threats for your own happiness, you want to seek the wind at any cost. However, you're sort of balancing of particularly this argument or this person that you were in a disagreement with. Was it worth it? So, again, if you, Aries, engage in a conflict and you can see that it's taking a toll on you, the Five of Swords message here is an invitation to apologize. Keep in mind that the longer you brood, the more or you try to prove that you were right, the more challenging the relationship is going to become. And again, is it worth it? So if you're able to sort of be ready to say that you were wrong, or you want to make some sort of amends, perhaps you were wrong in how you approached this situation and make amends, then there's you have a chance. However, if you want to stay your ground and stick to it and go ahead and feel this way, then do so. But what the universe here is encouraging you is that if you want this feeling to move on and you want to have a stronger relationship, it's encouraging you to look for a common ground, particularly with those that you were fighting with, and perhaps seek forgiveness in the approach that you may have taken in winning that battle, so that you can put it behind you. The Five of Swords, in some cases, for some Aries, can also point to failure, and if in some cases, Aries, if you were working on something that you despite your best efforts, that you were just weren't able to get what you needed or accomplish it, and perhaps you're feeling beaten down and distraught. Keep in mind that if you allow yourself to become disillusioned after such a loss, then you're going to find yourself on a path to increase ruin and torment. And keep in mind, this really ties into the laws of the universe. If you think negative, negative happens. So you have the power to turn this around. Think positive, and positive things will happen. And if you did have some sort of defeat here, accept your defeat, learn from it, and that's the lesson, including the one. For Aries who had the challenge with or an argument with somebody else, learn from the lesson. That's what the universe wants you to do. Learn from it and let it go. Be smarter and wiser the next time, and you will get through this and you will succeed. In our final card here, we have our outcomes for this time period, and we have the Two of Swords. Boy. Angel and Spirit Guides, please help us understand why the Two of Swords is here in our outcome energies during this time period for the collective of Aries. Well, for outcomes, when it's the Two of Swords is in the upright position here, it indicates, Aries, that you're most likely possibly facing some sort of challenging decision, and in some cases you're unclear about which road you want to take. And it's a possibility that both are equally good or perhaps equally bad, and you're just feeling stumped about which will lead you to the best outcome. The universe is going to encourage you obviously to weigh the ups and downs and to weigh the pros and cons of each choice, and then make a conscious judgment. It's encouraging you to use both your head, your mind, and your intellect, and your heart your feelings and intuition in order to choose the path that's going to be most in alignment with your higher self. And that's the key here. You know, it's important here, you know, to sometimes, the energy I'm picking up here is that the Two of Swords, you know, often shows that you're trying to decide upon something or find a balance with something. So, you know, you have to sort of look at the pros and cons of each choice of what it is that you want. You know, you may not always understand the full circumstance about what it is, and in cases, some cases you might be lacking information that you need to make the right decision. There's a chance that you might be missing something, such as the threats or potential risks. Look at for alternative solutions or even critical pieces of information that could help guide you in your particular direction. However, you know, the reality here in this card here is that once you see the situation for what it really is, Aries, you're going to be in a much better position to find your best path forward. So it's encouraging use to common sense, do a little research of your options, seek outside opinions if you need to, get some feedback, ask yourself what you might be missing on either a choice that you are presented with. And then the bottom line is you need to make a choice, because the longer you put it off, the more difficult it's going to be. In some cases, I'm also picking up a little bit of energy for some Aries that if you're trying to hide from a challenging situation, or you're trying to avoid an impending decision, hoping that, you know, if you ignore it long enough, you don't have to worry about it or it's going to go away. Keep in mind that unfortunately, that's not going to happen. The issue will not resolve itself, and the longer that you delay, the longer you're going to prolong this present situation that you're in. So, you know, similarly, the Two of Swords can reflect indecision in some cases, and, you know, perhaps reach where you will sort of reach an impasse on an important matter. Again, though, the message here from the universe is that you can only put it off so long, Aries, and at some point you're going to have to make a move. So, you know, the message from the Two of Swords here just basically comes as a reminder, Aries, that there are many life decisions that we have, and many of them are difficult ones, and rarely come with clear-cut answers. So, you know, you have the invitation to make your choices in your outcomes with your best intentions in mind. So, you know, as long as you're fully aware of the possible consequences and you do some research, make a decision, because it will be a good decision whatever you do. You just want to make sure that you weighed all your pros and cons. Avoidance of decision is just going to make a greater conflict and stagnation, and you don't want that. So, you know, make a decision. That's the thing, and move on, and you will be okay. So, Aries, with that, thank you so much for watching this video. And again, if you haven't done so already, I would appreciate your support if you would click the subscribe to my channel, click the like the video, click notifications buttons, and if any part of this resonated with you, please leave a comment below. I would enjoy hearing from it. If it didn't resonate with you or any part of it, that's totally okay. Keep in mind, this is an overall general reading for the collective of Aries. Just let it go. So thank you so much, Aries. I wish you the best. Happy Valentine's to you, and we will see you at the end of last 2 weeks of February. So thank you again, and enjoy. Take care.